Welcome back. Let's have a conversation about your teeth, our teeth, and why it is important to take better care of your teeth. I mean, of late, you see a lot of people who are either whitening their teeth, wearing Invisalign, doing all kinds of things, braces, just to make sure that their dental formula looks really good when they smile or open their mouth. And we're told that naturally, as a human being as well, at least in a year, you should be able to clean your teeth twice professionally. When was the last time you cleaned your teeth? I'm guilty. I think this year I haven't gone, but hopefully, since our dentist is here, we will definitely get our teeth cleaned soon. But Dr. Michael Iwa-Mensah, the ambassador for FDI World Dental Congress, is here, and he has all his equipment here. We have a skull, the human teeth, and a few other toothbrush. People use this size toothbrush. Welcome, by the way. How are you doing?
Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. What is the in terms of people taking better care of their teeth, has it improved over time, or are we seeing a decline in that?
I feel in recent times there's been an improvement in the oral health education amongst professionals to try and educate people on the need to visit the dentist at least once every 6 months. And
Yeah.
I feel it's getting better as the years go by, as compared to the previous years where it was more of taking out of teeth. Now we're in the preventative measure era where we are trying to teach people best ways to take care of their teeth.
Oh, so in the past, people were coming when the situation was really dire.
Exactly.
And you had to pull it out.
Exactly.
Wow, that's serious. Okay, well, but at least now we're cleaning. But I mean, naturally, what should I be doing as a person to take better care of my teeth before I even come to the dentist?
Okay, so before you come to the dentist, there are some few oral hygiene instructions that you need to follow. That's by using a soft or a medium bristle toothbrush to brush your teeth rather than a hard bristle toothbrush. You change your toothbrush every 3 months, or realize that the bristles of your brush are fraying. You change it before the 3 months. Use a fluoride-containing toothpaste. Not all the toothpaste on the market contain fluoride, and fluoride is a chemical that helps to give extra strength to the outer protective layer of your teeth. You should be flossing your teeth. That's something that I can't underemphasize. A lot of people brush their teeth and forget to floss. Take flossing to be like taking a shower and not wiping or bathing your armpits.
So even after brushing your teeth,
Yes.
after using your mouthwash,
Yes.
you should still floss?
You should still floss.
If you say floss, can we use toothpick?
Toothpick is not ideal. The floss comes in 2 types. So we've got this one that we call the floss pick, where you have a thin thread at the end that goes in between the teeth to take care of the germs and the debris. It also got one that's in a box that's a long piece of thread, which you wrap around your fingers, and it goes in between your teeth.
Your teeth.
Floss is
Why
quite
is
important.
toothpick not ideal?
With a toothpick, you can injure the gums, you can easily puncture your gums, and you can also create spaces in between your teeth because you're forcing a very thick material into your
This
teeth.
also does that, because I use this a lot. And sometimes you prick your gum, especially with the back,
So
and when
you-
you're trying to pull something out from between
So
your
you shouldn't be
teeth.
using the back edge.
Hey.
You should be using the part that has a thread.
We shouldn't be using the back end.
Not at
So why
all.
did they make it pointed?
You
you're
need
saying-
marketing.
This one is not meant.
No.
It's just a design.
It's just a design.
Are you serious?
So the most important thing is the thread.
Exactly.
No, but sometimes
Wallah,
where it is,
illallah.
this can't pull it out. Like you have to push it out.
It could.
Charlie, but seriously, the food we eat, does that contribute to the decay that we have as far as our dent is concerned?
Yes, so generally, as a rule of thumb, you should be eating low sugar diets, balanced meals. If you're the type who tends to take a lot of sugar, you're at a higher risk of getting to decay. Or perhaps you snack in between meals. It's a really bad habit that...
Snack in between meals.
Yes.
This is the problem I have with health professionals. 1 minute they say snack between meals is good, and then the next minute it's not too good.
It depends on what type
Which
of
is
snack-
which?
snacking.
Exactly.
If it's just some leafy something you're using
Then
to
it's
snack.
fine?
Yes,
It's
depends
not
on
a
the type
sweetened
of...
snack. That's what he said.
Yes, it
right?
refers to the snack, and in case you don't want to take anything sweet, rather you take the snack immediately after a main meal, because during that time you have a lot of saliva that can reduce the acidity that is created in your mouth after taking such snacks.
So you shouldn't wait. Maybe like you ate 2 hours ago, but you feel like something. You walk into the fridge, pick up something and eat. That's wrong.
It's wrong. So you rather take it, doesn't even say sweet after meals. You take it immediately after a main meal, so that the saliva in your mouth can buffer or reduce the acidity in your
What if
mouth.
I snack and I brush?
If you would snack and brush, I advise that you wait for at least 30 minutes after snacking before you brush.
Why?
Yes, so Also, taking something in your mouth, the acidity of your mouth goes up. So using a brush is going to rub all the acid all over your teeth. So whatever meal you take, in case you want to brush after, wait for at least 30 minutes before you brush.
Are there some people, due to the way they are made up, maybe the type of minerals or whatever in their bodies, that makes them more prone to dental deformation or something like that?
Okay.
Or tooth decay?
Okay, so when it comes to tooth decay, there are 4 main factors that come into play for it to start. You need a tooth that is susceptible to tooth decay. You need the germs in your mouth, and you also need a substrate, that's the sugar in your mouth, and you also need time. Tooth decay doesn't just occur in a matter of minutes or a matter of hours, but it takes a longer period of time for it to occur. So if you have teeth that are shaped in a way, or maybe the grooves on the chewing surface of the teeth are such that food can accumulate in such grooves, you're at a higher likelihood of getting tooth decay. But all these 4 factors need to come into play to actually have
I'm
tooth decay.
asking you this because I have some rich friends, and their teeth is all brown something, and there was some explanation about they said they had some higher level of something that created the brownish.
Okay, so when it comes to stains on the teeth, there could be so many things. There could be maybe a genetic factor where the structure of the tooth is not formed properly. You could also have situations where there are high ingestions of fluoride during childhood. So there was a study carried out in the Bongo district in the Upper East region where they realized that the fluoride content in their water bodies was a bit high. So children or people who lived there during their childhood and took that water actually developed permanent teeth that had that color.
So no matter the brushing,
yes, it wouldn't clear
no matter
out.
how rich you get, the teeth will be like that.
Yeah, it would be like that. But there could also be environmental factors where people who smoke take a lot of coffee, take a lot of tea, shisha and all that. They end
A
up
lot of
having-
tea?
Yes.
You mean black tea or tea with milk, regardless, will still discolor your teeth?
Any type of tea, because of the tannins that it contains. But
Because of the what?
The tannins. There's this dye inside that can actually...
The brownish thing.
Yes,
It will
yes.
dye
The coffee
your...
like.
Yes, so usually I advise that if you're going to take coffee or tea, you don't sip on it for too long. Some people sip on coffee for 2 hours, 3 hours, still the same cup. You should be able to finish drinking coffee, maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, you should be
Or
done.
after that, you should try and brush it.
Not necessarily brush, but
Not
you
to
can
use
rinse.
fluoride toothpaste, but just try and brush it off.
I'll advise you use a cup of water to swish and swallow after taking.
But they sell toothpaste, and a lot of these brands advertise whiter teeth to us. And so you'd assume that if your teeth is discolored, then you can just buy some of these brands and it'll give you whiter teeth. But you never really see any change.
So the active chemical used in whitening is referred to as carbamide peroxide or hydrogen peroxide. And some of these toothpastes have a little amount of that, but it's not enough to actually whiten your teeth. So some of them use some few marketing gimmicks to try and get the general public.
But it doesn't really.
It doesn't.
But
really
is teeth whitening a good thing?
It depends on where you're coming from. It's a much more conservative way to get the teeth of your choice. You want, in quotes, the Hollywood smile.
Yeah.
There are different ways, veneers, crowns, teeth whitening is one way to get whiter teeth. But you should bear in mind that it's not permanent. It's something that may last for some few months or some few years. You need to go back
seriously?
for a top-up.
I went to an event with one of the celebrities.
Why are you pointing at me?
One of her friends.
My friends, okay.
Yeah, and she couldn't chew meats. And I think there was some fried fish. It was a bit hard than the usual. So even I could see, but the teeth was very white. The first thing I noticed about her was that her teeth, there was something about the teeth. So it got me that it was white, like the way polyester white would be.
Oh, okay.
So it got me, but what comes with it? Yeah, I mean, if you decide that that's the choice I want to make, what are the rules or the do's and don'ts that comes with it? The risk, opportunity cost, so to speak.
If the teeth look really, really white, I would suspect that it may not be teeth
No,
whitening.
she did that.
The
And I'm
veneers.
asking that if I come in for that option, what should I be doing?
But
Like,
what option would that be? Would it be the veneers or
The
she actually
veneers or
whitened?
the teeth whitening.
to tell me.
If it's veneers,
veneer and
Water,
what are
yeah.
veneers?
veneers. So veneers are these flat, shaped wafer-like objects that are placed on the front surface of the teeth. To do that, what we first do is that we try to reduce the front surface of the teeth a little bit.
You mean you chip our natural teeth?
We don't chip, but we just shave off the front surface a little bit in order to accommodate the object we place it on it. If we don't do that, it will look a bit bulky in your mouth. So we just reduce the outer layer, that's
Of
the
your
enamel,
original teeth.
Just reduce it a little
So
bit.
what do you do? What that reduction? What is? Do you chip it? Do you shave it off? Do
We
you
shave it off.
You kind of
sandpaper.
you scrape it off.
No, we have a drill that we use to shave off.
So you
evenly.
drill a bit
The
surface
The
off,
surface,
so that it can accommodate the
Yes, the
thing,
veneer,
the
yes.
new one,
Yes,
the
so on-
white one, the one that's on Facebook.
Yeah.
All right.
So on the front,
see.
So-
front will be the veneer, and the back will be the teeth itself.
So what can't you do with that?
So with that,
How do you keep that?
You see, it's more popularized in the western part of our world because their diet tends to be a bit softer than what we have here in sub-Saharan Africa. So such instances, you need to be careful of hard stuff. If you go and chew on hard meat, hard bone, there's a higher chance that you could pop off the veneer of
So I can't chew wele if I do that one.
You can, but you need to be careful. But in case it pops
Charlie,
off,
wele is hard, though.
you can
Yeah.
easily put it back.
So when you say pop off, it's not stuck on your teeth permanently?
It's stuck on your teeth permanently, but the cement or the glue that's used to stick the object onto the tooth, it's a man-made material.
Yeah.
So it wears
There's a-
off.
If there's excessive force placed on it, it could pop off.
So
but
all those things that people are doing, it's not permanent.
with the
You have to
veneers,
take care of it.
Veneers
yes, it's
are
permanent.
permanent.
Yes,
Okay,
you
so
need
how
to
many
take
how
care.
many times in a year, in a particular year, let's say the way my teeth are, I have a lot of spaces on my teeth. Me too, I want it ideally.
Well, I don't have space in your teeth.
I did. Yeah. I
Okay, maybe
think.
just at the
yeah.
top,
So
yeah,
ideally,
okay.
the dream that I had was that I wanted everything to be nice, white. So I put a veneer there. How do I keep it? How many times do I keep it? How many times do I have to come and visit you?
We could decide to do either veneers or braces or aligners to arrange the teeth properly. But then again, you should visit the dentist at least once every 6 months. But if you had veneers, you should be doing the 6 monthly visits, but you may probably have to replace the veneers between 15 to 20 years, depending on the type of veneers. There are two types. We've got the porcelain veneer. Porcelain is what's used to manufacture sinks and basins. It has that glossy nature. And we also got what we call composite veneers. That's quite common too, where it's a tooth-colored material that is molded onto the teeth. So with the composite veneers, you may have to have them replaced about, let's say, 10 to 15 years. But with the porcelain veneers, about 20, 25 years.
Oh,
you
so it depends on
have
how
them.
much money you have, because then that will determine.
How much is one?
Oh, it varies.
Averagely.
It varies from clinic to clinic.
Average.
Oh, from clinic.
Yes, averagely, let's say between 2,000 to 4,000.
Cedis or
Cedis
dollars?
for one tooth.
CDs.
For
Cedis
one.
For one tooth.
For one tooth? Yeah. Wait, what?
Don't worry.
Like one tooth like this?
Yes.
Yes.
for a
So if you are
veneer.
doing 32,
Oh, you don't do
so
all the
2K
32.
Oh, you don't?
You just do from the premolar. That's the...
premolar, this one.
no, that...
This
so
one.
Go back a little
This
bit.
one.
Yeah,
Yes,
premolar.
so
The one
the teeth-
before,
Oh, the one before the
big
molars.
one.
Okay, okay, okay.
The ones that
You
show
have to
when
do
you
all
smile.
that,
Yeah.
top and down.
Top and down.
That's the one that will
That's
show.
-4.
That's the
So
one that will
32
show on
minus
the
4.
lens.
Yes, the one that
32
show
minus
you.
4 is 28. So 2,000 times 28.
All right.
Wow.
So what about
I
those of
see.
us who are in Fanchinico? Fanchinico, and we just want to maintain. What do we do?
Oh, when it comes to that, you should be maintaining a good oral hygiene at home, brushing, flossing, also trying to visit the dentist at least once every 6 months. If you can't
Okay.
afford
Ah,
to visit,
Fanchinico.
you can't afford to visit the dentist every 6 months. At least on your birthday, just make it a point.
You have a
to
toothbrush
visit
here.
the dentist.
Show us, what's the right way to brush your teeth? Because for a lot of people, we just go up and down, up and down. I've seen so many scenarios where they say up and down is not good for your gum. I think
Yes.
you've even told me that before.
Yes, yes.
I tried it for a week and stopped because I couldn't keep up.
That thing.
Yeah,
It
up
doesn't
and down.
work.
Apparently, so apparently you have to take your time, go round in circles,
Yes.
and so
You
if
s-
this is
You're saying it's not like this.
yeah,
it's
Me, that
it's wrong.
Every time I should do like.
No, up and down is also wrong. Apparently, it's not good for your gum. But let him talk.
Yes, so
Right.
when it comes to brushing of the teeth, as I said, you need a soft or medium bristled brush. The front
Okay, let's
containing
move
toothpaste.
the skull, out of the way so you can
Okay.
show us.
This car looks like Sammy Adam's head.
So when it comes to brushing, most mistakes that people do is that they tend to do the up and down. When doing the up and down, what happens is that you tend to injure the gums at the top or the bottom. So you tend to push the gums
Up.
away from the teeth.
And that's wrong?
It's wrong. And doing the side to side too, you end up causing these crevices at the bottom parts of the teeth. Those areas tend to be a bit sensitive when you're taking cold water or when air blows on your teeth. So you end up having these crevices. We call them enamel wear.
Where you have them where beneath?
So at the bottom parts of the teeth, you see these
Are
tiny...
they like holes?
Something like holes. There are these tiny crevices.
I think I'm experiencing
you're
that.
experiencing something like
That's
that.
as a
And then when I
result of
drink
brushing.
iced water, I tend to
You
experience.
tend to feel the aggressive brush and also the texture of your brush.
Okay.
If it's a hard bristled brush, there's a high chance that it would cause.
I don't have to mention brands, right? I use a particular brand.
I know the brand you're talking about.
No, not that one.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's very hard.
No, but the softer one, I tasted the softer one and didn't
It's
like
for
it.
a certain group of people.
No, not that one. Not that one. Not the smokers, not that one.
Not that one. Okay.
Yeah, there's this Colgate one that's available.
Okay.
Because I tried some softer one, be challenged.
It wasn't.
You know,
it
Ashama
wasn't
boy,
working.
the thing wasn't just. Akucha,
So,
you have to do like.
so how should you brush then?
So when it comes to brushing of the teeth, usually what we do is that you try to angulate the brush towards the gum area at an angle of about, let's say, 45 degrees. Like
How will
this.
you measure 45 degrees?
Oh, you
in your
wouldn't
mouth?
measure, just estimate, like, it's not going to be straight.
Is that what you do?
You angulate a little bit, so let me put it that way. You angulate a little bit towards the gums, and you brush in a circular
Dr.
motion.
Wames, is that what you do?
Yes, I angulate it towards the
In a
gums.
circular motion.
Yes, in a circular motion like this, and you brush all around. You get to the bottom one too, you angulate
Then I've
it
been
a
brushing
bit
wrong, pal.
toward
And
the
then you
gums,
do round and
then,
round and
yes,
round.
you do round and round all over. When you open your mouth, the areas behind your teeth, a lot of people neglect it, and that's where
Can you
form.
bend it towards the camera? Sorry.
Okay.
And that's where you have a lot of the plaque and the tartar deposits forming. Those areas you can start to flick those
that's
areas
beneath.
this
You
way.
should flick
Those-
the brush
Yes,
to
or you
pull it
can
out.
yes, to try and take out any
I
form
put it
of
to you that the
debris.
brush doesn't take it out.
Oh, it should
So
be able to clean,
sometimes,
yeah?
and I'm guilty of this, but that's how I've gotten plaque out of my teeth when I was young.
Yeah.
You know the crochet pin? It has this. So I put it in there and then I pull it out and it comes out. I mean, I know it's wrong, but because the brush wasn't doing the work that it had to
No,
do.
but basically, even when you visit the dentist, the thing they use
Yeah,
also
they-
has
they
this
scrape
kind
it
of
off.
sickle.
Yes, it vibrates to clean.
Yeah.
And when you're done behind the teeth, you now focus on the chewing surfaces of the teeth. You brush those areas.
That one
as
you just
well.
go up and down. It doesn't
Yes.
really matter.
The top,
Yes, yes.
the surface.
Yeah, the chewing surfaces. And once you're done, you need to also brush your tongue. In case you're using a soft brush and that cannot clean the tongue, you can go for a tongue brush. We have brushes that are designed for
the tongue.
Call them tongue brushes. And
How do they look like? Do you have one here?
So I have a tongue scraper. So this can also be used to clean the tongue. When you're done brushing, you call it a tongue scraper. So it goes to the
You
back.
mean for domestic use, you can buy this?
Yes, domestic
Where
use.
is it? Which part of Ghana
Oh,
can you find
most
it?
pharmacies do have this in
these.
stock. Yes.
Okay.
So
It's only those who have visited UK that are saying that it's in the market.
There's a rough part
yes.
on the scraper. Is that the part you use for your tongue?
So you use the rubbery part.
Oh,
this area.
okay.
Yes. So to scrape from back to front, back to
Okay.
front. And in case you can't use your brush because it's too soft, some brushes have this design at the back of the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
It has this rubbery dot
Yeah, yeah,
slide
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You can
So that's
also-
why it was done. It's
Yes.
not because it's a design.
No, no, it's very design.
The market thing I've been using, they have it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have
it,
this
yeah.
line.
Yes, yes.
Line.
You can also use alternative.
They have this line.
But why didn't they write it on the on the pack that use the back to scrape your tongue?
But some of the brushes don't have it too. The one
some
that
do have
Even
it.
the
this one.
popular one doesn't have
Yes,
it.
Even this
But
one.
the Colgate one has
Yes,
the.
they have
They have
it
this
there.
built up. I think molded line.
Yes. Yes,
It's
yes.
line.
Yes,
You
can
said we
use
should use it for what?
You can use it to clean the surface of your tongue.
So the brush is not supposed to be used.
You
so
can,
those
use, you,
of
can
us
use
who
the,
do,
you can use the brush.
but we go up and down, you
Yeah,
know.
Up and down, you may end up gagging in the process of doing that.
So it's not as if it will destroy the tongue. In
No,
it.
no, it's already
Oh,
said,
then
but-
let us gag.
So bring that brush. So you're saying that after I've used it, I'm
Yes.
left. So
Yes.
trying to tell people that I'm not. But after I finish doing the thing,
Yes, you
then
can
the
turn-
line here, and I turn it, then I
And
put
then
it
use it.
inside the tongue. Then
Yeah.
I.
You also use it to bring out the debris from there.
I
All right.
see.
Is that why sometimes I've been having mouth odor because I don't use it?
Yes, tongue coatings are one of the causes of bad breath, or what we call halitosis. Apart from that, also plaque and tartar, these yellowish brownish deposits that form on your teeth
Over time.
periodically every 6 months, you should see your dentist to have it taken care of. And also the dyes that we take. If you take a lot of garlic, raw onions and things, you are prone to have that. But those ones, when you use a mouthwash or maybe chew gum, it's able to mask it up a bit.
There's some people, Charlie, they are your friends. They have halitosis.
Yes.
You tell them, they visit the dentist, but it just never goes away. Why?
So, halitosis is actually a very broad topic. There are so many things that cause it. Even apart from dental causes, you could have other non-dental causes. Something like people with gastric ulcer, people taking certain medications. Some of the side effects of some of these medications is halitosis. People with lung disease, people with sinus issues. These air-filled cavities next to our noses, once they get infected, you could have it. People with tonsillitis are also prone to that. So we try to assess all these causes.
So we shouldn't just draw the conclusions.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
But can it be
So we can't
fixed?
just be in the
definitely.
offices and
Permanently.
homes to say that
Permanently,
because it really puts people off.
Yes,
Right?
I
It
know.
does. It
I
does.
know.
But you can find a permanent solution to
Yes,
it.
yes,
Let's talk
yes.
about wisdom teeth. At what age should it develop? And would everybody get their wisdom teeth?
Yeah, so wisdom teeth are actually referred to as the third molars in our mouth. They should erupt in your mouth between the ages of 18 and 22 years.
So when you say third molars, the one at the back?
Yes, so the one at the back, the last ones at
Okay.
the back here. They're supposed to be in the mouth between the ages of 18.
So the third molars, use the top one to show it.
Okay.
No, we have
So
the close-up.
this one,
Okay.
and then
that.
this one.
So
Yes.
that's the molar.
Yes, the third molar. So the molars start from here. 1, 2, 3.
So naturally,
1, 2, 3.
you have two molars when you're growing until the wisdom.
Yes, until the wisdom.
So which one is
teeth
the
comes.
wisdom teeth? The last one.
The last one here.
At what age does it develop?
So it develops between the ages of 18 years and 22 years. So there are situations where once you don't have them in your mouth, we go ahead to assess further. We take an X-ray to see if they are in the mouth or not.
Are you doing what I'm doing?
Yeah, exactly. I'm checking because I don't think I ever got my wisdom teeth.
Really, yeah. There are actually people who don't develop wisdom teeth at all. You take an X-ray, you don't see the wisdom teeth.
Okay,
Oh,
then,
so sometimes it's hidden in the gum.
Sometimes it's hidden, sometimes it's not even on
then
the
I
X-ray.
don't have
you
it
even
because
see
I've
it.
never had any pain with my
Wisdom,
premolars
yeah.
and molars.
So, some too, you take an X-ray, it's actually embedded in the bone, and it's not shooting
It just
up.
never erupts.
It never erupts.
Why does it come with so much pain?
I wouldn't say it comes with so much pain. It develops, but its position is not ideal. So because of that, you have a bit of gum covering the wisdom tooth. So food packs under that gum flap. It's like a pocket, and when food packs, the gum covering it gets inflamed or it gets infected, and that's where people start to complain of pain.
So it's not as if everybody would experience or encounter pain when their wisdom teeth.
No. It's just that the gum covering it gets inflamed.
Does it mean that maybe mine is there, but because I've been eating right, so nothing covered it, right?
Oh, not necessarily. But once the tooth is not positioned well, there's a likelihood that you have a bit of gum
I'm
covering it.
counting my molars to see if I have.
It's a
But I
condition.
mean, I feel some space there.
there's a lot
So it
of
means
space.
that I don't get them.
Oh, it could be that it's there. It's there, but it's not positioned properly. Or it's embedded in bone.
Can you check mine and see if it's there?
Yes.
Is it there? It's not there.
We need a bit of light.
Okay. So are there some self checks that you can do? That is the set of teeth you have. How many do you need to have? And let's say you're an adult. How well do you need to check whether you have a right set of teeth?
So ideally, adults are supposed to have 32 teeth. When you're a child,
According to the textbooks.
generally, you're supposed to have 32. But when you're a child, you end up having 20 baby teeth. But once you hit the age of 5.5, 6 years, your baby teeth start to fall out for your permanent teeth to come. So between the ages of 6 to 12, 13 years, we have a stage called the mixed dentition stage, where there are both baby teeth and some adult teeth in their mouth. But once you grow up and all your baby teeth are shed off, you end up having ideally 32 teeth in your mouth.
32.
Yeah.
All right. I've noticed that when you're growing, then your teeth becomes brittle, soft.
I wouldn't say brittle, but I would say that there's a chance that maybe you could develop certain diseases along the way.
Like they tend to break off. Like for example, I used to pop the cork of maybe a beer bottle or maybe some soft drink or something. Just
No, you can't
oh
do
Charlie,
that.
give it to me. Now I'm
Yeah.
careful because I've had some breakages. I had to visit the dentist. So that's why I want to know for the span of a person, a human being. When do you have the strongest of the teeth? At what age? And then when do you have to take it slowly on those teeth?
Okay, before I answer that, I want to address the opening of bottles with the teeth. It's a bad habit. You shouldn't be using your teeth as a tool to open bottles.
I don't do that anymore.
You don't do that anymore, that's good.
But I still have people
Who
in
still
my
do
age
it.
group who still do the thing when we go to the funerals and things. Charlie, can
Yeah, then you just...
and pop it. But it's a bad habit.
It's a bad habit.
All right.
It
So
tends
now
to
address my
fracture
question.
the teeth. And also, the teeth are supposed to be strong throughout your lifetime, because by the time the teeth appears in the mouth, all the minerals and things have already been formed, and it erupts into the mouth. So from childhood all the way to old age, the strength of the teeth, yes, it may decline in the sense that you use it for so many things. Use it to chew, use it to do all sorts of things. So it develops some few micro fractures or some tiny micro cracks in the teeth that if you're not too careful and you excessively use it to chew on hard stuff, it could start to fracture a bit. But ideally, your teeth should be strong if you're chewing the right stuff, you're not using it as a tool to open stuff, you're brushing regularly, visiting a dentist all the time, should be strong throughout your lifetime.
I see. Interesting.
Now, at what point then, or what causes the teeth to decline when you're aging?
Okay, so what causes the teeth to decline? Things that affect the gum health of the teeth. You bear in mind that the teeth is surrounded with gum, it's surrounded with bone, it's surrounded by some ligaments that will be tiny ligaments we call periodontal ligaments. If you accumulate a lot of plaque and tartar on your teeth, and these are these yellowish things that form on the teeth, they contain germs. They start to cause the gum to lose support, and they cause the bone to also lose support. So as you age, you realize that your teeth start to shake. And that means that your gum health has been compromised. Another example is tooth decay. If you tend to have decay of your teeth, the teeth starts to break off gradually, you don't see the dentist, it's now left with the roots of the teeth stuck in the bone. That could also affect the health of your gums.
And then are there lifestyle habits that also contribute? For example, if you smoke,
Yes. So
taking a lot of the shisha, alcohol, or something like
so lifestyle habits such as excessive smoking can actually compromise the health of the gums. Anything that compromises the health of the gums also causes compromisation of the jaws or the bones that support the teeth, and you end up having teeth being mobile over a period of time. Yeah.
Now, I see that you, the dentist, you say that we can put in artificial teeth.
Yeah.
Can we really use it? And then how well do you have to keep it so that you don't tend to have mouth odors and things like that? Because I've had friends who complain that they met either their partners or people they wanted to have some relationship with, and then they saw that the people had artificial teeth, put them off, and then they claimed that there was odor, you know.
So when it comes to artificial teeth or replacement of teeth, there are three main groups. The first one is what we call the implant. That's where you have a titanium screw that's placed in the bone, and then you put a tooth cap on top of the screw. That's one option. The other option, it's so painful, than anesthesia. We give injection before you do it. So
no, I mean, after you've had it, you have a metal in your...
Oh, it doesn't cause any pain, yes. Another option is what we call a bridge. With a bridge, the teeth next to the space, they are shaved off a little bit, and then the measurement is taken, and you have these crowns that are fused together that are placed on the teeth that have been shaved off. The replacement is in the middle. That's another form of replacement. The third form of replacement is what we call a denture, and I suspect that that's the one that's...
the one that they remove, they put in a bottle or something overnight.
Put it in a cup of water, yes. So
is it a cup of water?
A cup of water.
So you're sleeping and then you see your teeth in there.
Yeah, so with a denture, a lot of
it's scary,
people...
you know, for like maybe beautiful Bella, and then I'm sleeping beside her and I've removed my teeth is there, and then, you know, that kind of thing.
Thank God you said you remove your teeth.
Yeah, because I didn't want to use as an example, because you have everything intact.
Oh, but you also do.
So the issue with the denture is that most people don't take care of it. It's called a removable type of replacement, meaning at night you need to remove it, but most people don't remove it. They keep it in their mouth throughout the whole week, the whole month. They don't take it out. So you end up having food packing beneath the denture, or they don't even clean the denture at all. So when you do that, you also end up having bad breath because of that.
But if ideally you are keeping it
yes,
well.
you shouldn't have bad breath with that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Iwa Mensa. Dr. Iwa Mensa. Thank you.
Your first
for
name is
joining
what?
us. Yes.
Thank you.
Your first name is
Michael.
Michael Iwa
Very.
Mensa.
Michael.
Okay, all right. Well, it's been a pleasure, and I'm sure that when it's time and people need you, they can find you. Can they find you on social media?
Yes, they can find
What's
you
your
on social.
handle?
It's Dr. Iwa, DR_AWUA.
That's right.
Wow,
Social media.
branding, branding. Okay, and if we want to come to you for some, cleaning of teeth or whatever, where do we come to?
Yeah, so I'm at Safadi Medical Hub, a private facility on the Spentex. Safadi Medical Hub on the Spentex Road.
I'll come look for you.
Yeah,
It's
we'll be
right
there.
on the Cylinder Junction, right
Yeah.
opposite Lifestyle Gallery, same
Yeah.
building as Rana
Yeah.
Motors showroom.
The way
Okay.
your teeth is white, I want to get the same color.
Great,
All right.
I'll be glad to have
Safadi,
you there. Yes.
Spinters Road.
Anyway.
Yes.
So
I'll Google map
PSA,
it.
PSA Esther is joining us this morning after her 7 nominations in the VGM.
I swear.
We'll come back and talk
Unless
to
you
her
people run away.
and find out what she thinks her chances are. Of course, let's talk about her brand as well. We'll be right back.